करता करता मरता मरता है अजवा करता अमृता मृता निर्णायक है कलकायक है बेसंबर है करणालय है नृपनायक है त्रिपायक है पपंजन है अर्गंजन है
आपे पांडे साजियाने आपे पांडे साजियाना
आपे पांडे साजियन आपे पांडे साजियन
आपे पूरन दे आपे पूरन दे
आपे पूरन दे आपे पूरन दे
ਸਿੱਖ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਫੁੱਲਤ ਹੋਏ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪਛਾਣ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਬਣਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਦ ਕਿ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ 'ਚ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਬਣੀ ਹੈ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਰਲਡ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਈਏ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਪਛਾਣ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ
I graduated in 1992 and went into coal mines in 1993. It gets in your blood and it just you just can't walk away from it. Morning, gentlemen. Be careful today. I'm a little nervous about the outcome of the election, the future for our kids, the future for the coal industry. The future for everybody. I just hope everything works out.
Are you Derek?
No, I'm Ben.
Is Derek home?
He doesn't live. There's no one who lives
Oh,
here right now.
okay. Thanks.
No problem.
Yep. Did you vote today?
I voted early on
You did?
Friday.
Amazing. Did it feel great?
Yes, it was my first presidential election.
Oh, yeah. That's way cool. Me too. Me
Really?
too. Yeah, yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 20. How old are you?
21.
That's probably why it's the same first presidential
Yeah.
election. I don't know if it's so important to have a woman running for president, but it's important that we have this woman running for president because she's so qualified. Once this happens, anything can happen. It hasn't even been 100 years since women have been able to have the right to vote. And now we have someone running for president, and it's just a powerful, very powerful thing. Anyone can be what they want to be. Hey, vote for Hillary! Vote for Hillary! Hillary! Do you want a sample Democratic ballot? Take it with you? Great.
Thank you.
I guess my greatest fear is that I'm gonna flip out at a student for telling them that they're gonna vote for Donald Trump. It's never been so personal. You want mac and cheese for lunch today?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know where anything goes in this house. Oh, there it is.
We got pineapple.
Hey, be nice to your brother. He's gonna sock you one. Oh, shit.
A lot of times I'll work a long day. I'm out of the house before my kids even get out of bed. And then when I come home, it's 6 o'clock at night, it's dark. You know, it's time to eat dinner and go to bed, basically. So if the economy got better and I was bringing more people and more work into my shop and I could delegate a little bit more, then I'd be able to spend more time with my family. That'd be huge. That would be huge for me. I'm doing okay for myself right now, but it would be even that much better, you know? I don't know. I think if when Hillary gets elected, and I think she's going to get elected because she's going to
Cheat?
She's going to cheat. She's going to raise the taxes on everybody, and healthcare right now is crushing us anyway. So I'm concerned that we're gonna have a tough time making ends meet. It's not right. And you know Hillary doesn't care about anything but her pockets.
Take that stupid hat off, man.
I will not take this hat off.
That's right, Tamron. There have been a series of moments over the last 24 hours that have reminded
For 30 years, my
of the
voice
significance
was taken away from me.
Hillary Clinton's
And
campaign.
today,
The Clinton campaign itself is
I'm going
to feel that
to have a voice again. This is why they fought so hard to keep prisoners from voting. Whether you was exonerated, whether you was found years later and got out, they still didn't want you to be able to have the right to vote. But today, I have that right to vote. Today, I'm going to hand them this card. And they gonna look on there and see my name on the list and say, Mr. Hinton, step into that booth there and cast your ballot. Today, this summer, state of Alabama, I'm going to vote for the first time in over 30 years.
I'm timing it right now, so when I walk up,
Thanks for listening to continuing 2016 election coverage on WHYY. I'm Dave Heller, along with WHYY senior reporter Dave Davies.
I mean, everybody has an opinion about this race. The opinions are strongly held, and people cannot abide the thought of the person they're voting against leading the country, and there's a sense that the stakes are enormous.
If you're a man who believes in statistics and trends, everything is trending Secretary Clinton's way. Somebody asked me, what word would you give to describe today? I said, over. This is over. Jay Moak, make sure they all eat up. What's up, buddy? How you doing, all right, buddy? This is all I do. I'm a complete lunatic. You know, I get up at 4:30 and figure out how I can get jobs. I go to bed at night wondering if I got enough jobs. That's what I do. You are about to get Hillary to win Pennsylvania. Don't let anybody else take credit for it. I got Donald Trump looking like Heath Ledger, okay? And that's a great scene in Batman when he walks in and he bangs the tough guy's head to the table. Okay, that guy, if he wins, he'll be banging all our heads at the table. Okay, he's a egomaniac. If Hillary wins, I can almost guarantee I'm getting a subway into that Navy Yard. Okay? Be about 100 of you working for like 6 months. You know, digging up, running pipe, moving vaults, walking down, you know? Big stuff, big work. It's what we do. You can't stop doing politics. They want to take us out of politics. You can't. The game isn't for the rich people, isn't for the spoiled people. That's the people out there that can't stand us. All you have to do, you hear this all the time, and I'll end on this. Income inequality is this big, except for the few of us that do what we do. People are poor. Non-union electricians are poor. People are poor. What? The middle class. Shrinking. When unions were big, middle class was big. Especially with all you young guys, okay? Not only is the continuity of healthcare significant, but the fact is, a lot of you are probably just starting families, getting together. If you guys who are not the best looking guys, when you go up to a girl and you tell her you got personal choice 5, you look real good, okay? You look real good, okay? Now, I'm not asking you to go out and drag people to the polls. I'm asking you to help us knock on doors, let people know, be polite. It's a beautiful day. We just gotta, when we see people in our travels, be polite. Say, hey, excuse me, did you vote today? If you see somebody, say, hey, if you get a chance, can you vote for her? And if somebody says, no, I can't vote for her, she's a crook, say, okay, thank you very much. And if somebody says, I appreciate that, say, good, can you bring somebody with you to the poll?
Ok, nomás le estábamos llamando para recordarla que hoy es el día de las elecciones y para que vayan a votar. Ok, ella ya votó. Ok, so, aquí dice que en la Fisher Middle School, being a dreamer, I see it as being too Mexican for America and being too American for Mexico. Just knowing that this is your home, but they're telling you it's not, it's just like, how is that possible? How I became political active is because I was actually in a detention center with ICE for 3 months. And thanks to the organizing of organizations like PACT, I was able to get released by ICE. And just being incarcerated and just seeing all that pain that people are going through in there, it really woke me up. I just said, if I ever get out of here, I'm gonna do something for my people.
How are you feeling about this whole thing?
I'm not I am nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely think that this election brought out a lot of hate and racism.
But what drives me crazy is that people still act like
It's not there.
Like it's not there. Like we're crazy, you know?
That our experience are just an illusion of
yeah,
us.
like we're wrong somehow.
How you doing? We're for the elections and we want to make sure. Can I leave some material here for you can give to her?
Yeah, okay.
When we saw that Trump was the candidate, I was like, there is no way I will ever vote for Trump. And my husband said to me, maybe you should look at Clinton then. And so I was like, there's no way I could vote for Clinton. People see in McMullen somebody who's principled, who has morals. And if I follow the inspiration that God gives me, I know I could make a difference.
I really love history and Shakespeare, and I really enjoy learning about politics. One of my favorite things to do in my spare time is play an online game where you have to gerrymander certain districts to accommodate certain people. It's very fun.
Whoa. Hey, did you get a chance to go vote?
Yes, we've already done all that.
Oh, good. Can I ask who you voted for? You don't have to tell me.
I don't know the guy that you're talking about, and it wasn't for Hillary.
Oh, you hadn't heard of Evan then?
Never heard of him.
I didn't get on your phone list then.
Well, my husband does all that stuff, researches it out. And I
Yeah.
told her we voted for.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I just said, okay.
Yeah. Has it bothered you at all, any of the stuff that Trump has said?
Yeah, it has. I just, it's all for sell and show. I think Obama really hurt us more than.
Yeah, well, how do you think he hurt us? What do you think happened with that?
Just
With his presidency?
the power and all the money he spent on things that didn't help the country.
Look what Apollo did. That's your first time.
I just think it's all corrupted.
Good job. I agree.
I know.
I met her and I just felt like she was so wonderful. She was so kind. And you just like got this immediate sort of like incredible energy from her. So we have made over 1,000 videos. I think last week we hit the mark of over 1 billion views. We are making the video that she's gonna walk out to tonight. Oh wow, tonight, the walkout video for tonight. I'm tired, but like really, this will go down as the best decision of my life, for sure.
To any Americans who have yet to vote, I want to say 2 things.
Number one, as long as you are in line, by the time the polls close, you can vote. So please, stay in line. Continuing the progress we've made over the last 8 years is worth the wait. Number two, stop watching this video and go vote.
I want to cry at the end of that. It's kind of perfect.
Stay strong. Your patience is what will keep America moving forward and what will stop the Republicans from tearing away the great progress that we've made.
Different copy, right? It's different copy. I like the first one better.
Yeah, 100%.
Because the first one's actually funny, and also maybe it's just me the turn.
The end is like.
Yeah.
And like
and also,
likes the first.
Yeah. And he likes the first one.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
Like,
Hi. Election day is up and running already. Woo! Nice work, love.
ਪਰ ਜੇ ਹਿਲਰੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਚੰਗੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਆ ਟਰੰਪ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਸਾਰੇ ਕੱਢਣੇ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਲੇਰੀ ਆ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਹਿ ਤਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਮਾੜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਦੀ ਪਰਸੋਂ ਦੀ ਸਪੀਚ ਸੁਣੀ YouTube ਤੇ ਨਾ ਪਾਈ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ
ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਗੱਲ
ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹਾਂ
ਸਾਰੇ ਸੇਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਜਾਨ ਕੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਇਹ ਜਾਨ ਕੇ ਵੋਟਾਂ ਲੈਣ ਤੇ ਮਾਰੇ
ਵੋਟਾਂ 6 ਵਜੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ 8 ਵਜੇ ਹੋਣੀ
6 ਵਜੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਈ
9/11 के बाद बहुत लोगों को प्रॉब्लम आई है ऐसे सोचे थे कि ये लोग सभी मुस्लिम हैं जो सिर पे पगड़ी बांधते हैं तो इससे उन्होंने कई सिख लोगों को पीटा भी है इवन अर्जुना स्टेट में और स्टेट में तो डेथ भी हो गई है लोगों की और डिस्क्रिमिनेशन ट्रैफिक ट्रंप की बिल्डिंग के पास अभी तो इधर तो खाली पड़ा हुआ है
So what do you think is like the earliest time this could be cold?
Hold on. I still think it's 8.
You think it's 8?
Because I don't think she's going to win Georgia.
Okay.
But, you know, it's possible. This is like the most conservative thing that I can find has her with 323 electoral college votes.
And what do you think happens in the popular vote?
It's hard to know. I mean, he could win it, but probably not. It doesn't usually work that way.
Right.
So I should post this on Facebook, you think, right?
I mean, you know,
That's
you got to.
you want me to do
You
it.
got to put somewhere where you can be accountable.
Your first election in America.
Yeah.
Exciting. All right. Everything seem fine?
Looking good.
Thank you. Have a good day, baby.
I feel personally like the power structure will stay in place no matter what today, but I feel like that power structure needs to be challenged, and that most people in this country feel completely disenfranchised. The election will be over by 9 o'clock, they'll call it by 9:30, and everything will be peaceful and wonderful. Most people will feel relieved that they voted and relieved that it's over.
What if it goes the other way?
What? I'm not going to go the other way. No way. Mark it down. No way, no way.
So you are in the vast majority of the populace that does not vote. How are you feeling about that?
I feel pretty good. More than we are voting for any particular candidate, we are voting for the system. And it is a system that I just don't abide by. We don't need new legislation. We don't need a new politician. We don't need the Constitution to change to actually care for our community.
'Cause I think the Constitution is a very important document. I think it's very important that we
You just have to have the will. And that's where I put my effort. I put my effort there because I think change comes from the work that we do, not from the ballot box.
My white people have always had the right to vote, right? Like my lineage has always been, we've been the power, right? So what would you say to somebody who would be like, wait a minute, you're African American?
You mean like my grandmother?
Yeah, like your grandmother.
As much as I really honor the nothing less than heroics that it took in order for African Americans to be able to vote. You know, getting the right to vote was the equivalent of walking into a room, a game of Monopoly was being played by all rich white men. Game was already in motion, property was already bought, hotels already built, and African Americans earned a right to sit at the table. They earned a right to sit at the table, start in jail, didn't collect $200, start off with no money, no property, nothing. That's a game you cannot win. It's about time that we walk in and wipe the whole damn game off the table and start over.
You know, when I think back in history and I look at my ancestors being treated horribly just because they wanted to vote, and to see people with the right to vote and not exercise it is just frustrating to me. And I can understand that a lot of them are discouraged by the processes. That was once me. I was once that person that really felt and thought that it really didn't matter if I voted or not. But once I stepped out of spending 25 years in corporate and got into politics, it was a huge wake-up call for me. Are you team Hillary or Trump?
Hillary, that white boy is a racist.
What white boy?
Donald Trump.
So you think Donald Trump shouldn't be president because he's racist? Is what you're saying?
I think that Donald Trump he a divisionist. He want to divide. He want to divide the people from the country. He want to focus on a certain part of the country. He don't want everybody. He ain't into everybody. He into white, the rich, to be exact. Now listen, you being a female, you better be scared of that cracker. I'm telling you.
Well, I don't think she's pro. I don't think she's pro.
I better be scared of Donald?
Donald Trump.
Because I'm a female?
Yeah, because he don't have no respect for women. He don't have, especially a minority.
Okay, but Hillary Clinton called people who look like me super predators.
Listen.
And let's not forget that the 3 strikes you're out. I mean, that was part of the reason why you...
Okay, now listen. Now with
ended
Clinton,
up
now listen, Clinton was a little naive. The man,
husband.
Not the woman, the man. You know, he signed some bills that he shouldn't have signed.
Come on, Willie, in your household, in most households. Come on, I know in my household, who runs it?
My woman.
Okay, and who shuts it down when they don't like it or if they don't like it?
My woman.
We just had one of the most handsome, black men
Obama.
sit. Yeah,
My man.
smooth,
Yes.
charming,
Swag.
good-looking,
All
beautiful wife. Ooh, he's got swag, but
The way he walk, the way he talk.
Yes,
the
he
man.
does.
And he about business.
So do you think we benefited from him being president
For
as
8
African
years,
Americans? Yeah.
look at the statistics.
What
We as-
statistics? No,
we
well,
as-
you know what? Not looking at statistics, but look around you. What do you see around you? Do you see any
That's what I
improvement?
say, somewhat.
Somewhat? Okay. So
Somewhat. Listen,
Somewhat. We haven't benefited.
We
Because
benefited a
Obama
lot.
was a cleanup man.
A lot of
He
us.
cleaned up what the Bushes messed up.
So he only had time to clean up. He,
He
didn't
only
have
had
time to
time
really
to
be
clean
effective
up.
at something.
And he
Oh, okay.
effective.
You know, when I look at her, I just cannot relate to her. She never owns up to mistakes that she's made, and everybody makes mistakes, it's okay. But own up to it. You know, don't pass the buck off to someone else. I am voting against Hillary, but you know, I do like a lot of the things that Donald Trump says. You know, not the things he says that people say out there, the foul language or anything like that, but I do like the fact that he's willing to start a dialogue. You know, if we're talking about the corruption, all right, then him saying it and him being vocal about it, now everyone in America is talking about this. And that's very good. I mean, even when it comes down to the outrageous things he says, you know, that he has said about women, you know, it has started a dialogue in America. You know, so now we're talking about this and we're talking about whether we should be saying these things.
He kind of comes off like a dick.
He does. He does. But
I mean,
when,
look, right? Yeah.
But I look at it this way, right? My government is a dick. They're bullies. They bully the most vulnerable of our society. And they pretend to care about us. They sit there and say, we're helping the poor. We're gonna give $100 million to the poor. But that $100 million never gets to the poor. So when people say, oh, Donald Trump's a dick, or Donald Trump, he's aggressive and this and that, well, what about our very own government? Don't we need a dick to deal with that?
And you're listening to coverage on WHYY-FM. Donald Trump warned that votes might be stolen, and Democrats went to court to head off a Republican voter suppression effect. Dave Davies, are we seeing signs of either?
Not really, Dave. We're not seeing massive fraud, and we're also seeing virtually no evidence of intimidation. I really didn't see it anywhere.
I doubt that the election will be contested in any meaningful way, and I think that the next president will be inaugurated as others have. But it's a real concern.
Right, smooth sailing so far. Let's see what happens when the polls close by 8. Thanks so much.
Sure thing.
WHYY senior reporter Dave Davies.
We thank you, the citizens, for saying, yes, we're going to make a difference in this country. Keep on, persevere, keep on. Do not let negativity turn you around. Once again, hey, I see you got your badge, and thank you for voting. Thank you for making a difference in this wonderful country.
Yeah, come on. Got it?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
That was easy.
I'm surprised the line isn't longer. Thank you.
Yeah, I need to choose these cookies, but I'm gonna take one of each. How's it going on the voting? Whoa, it's 300 for Donald Trump and 255 for Hillary Clinton. I just canceled out my own vote via the cookie.
You gotta remember, Mom, we're voting no on one so that the power companies can't control the solar power here. We're voting yes on 2 for the legalization of medical marijuana. Yes on amendments 3, 4, and 5. Don't worry, I'm gonna be there with you every step of the way.
Got an ending. Oh, right there.
Good luck. Good luck.
If your main goal of being a candidate for office is to get elected, then you might as well have no strong beliefs or principles at all, because you can't have that and get elected. Just doesn't, it won't happen. So I have no illusions about getting elected to anything.
There's nobody here that I want to vote for.
How historic is this one going to be, in your opinion?
I don't think it'll be historic in any respect. I think it'll be just continue the same old, Although if Hillary Clinton wins, it may lead to a war that we're going to regret for the rest of eternity. Good. All right. So see you later. Yeah, bye. That was my campaign manager giving me the vote totals. We're up to around 10,000 votes. That's bullshit. Everything Michael says is bullshit.
This way, buddy.
I mean, how can a potential president even be considered for that position when they were under investigation by the FBI? I just don't get it.
But so was he.
Trump was? For what?
I don't know, fraud on something. Got rape charges against him. He's under FBI, like he has to testify or something. I don't know.
It's funny that you say that because I think that rape had happened like 18 years ago or something, right?
Well, all the footage they had was from like 12 years ago.
So now it's just coming up?
Of course it is.
Well, that's kind of convenient.
Right. That's obviously why they waited until the last minute, Tom. To like.
Well, I know. I think you're missing something here. I don't think it ever happened. I think they dragged that up. If there was a rape, whoever got raped, I'm assuming would have gone to the police, right? And if it doesn't matter who it is, Donald Trump or the average Joe,
Well, no.
it doesn't matter.
Look at Bill Cosby. Look at Bill Cosby that drugged like friggin' every chick he ever came across.
Didn't he pay off a lot of those people?
Yeah.
All right, so?
But the statute of limitation ran out, so there's nothing they can do except for there's still one girl out there.
He's still going to court for that.
Yeah, because there's still one girl out there.
I don't think a guy like Trump needs to rape a woman. The guy's got so much money, it doesn't matter.
Right, I just sleep with him.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Let's hope Trump gets in, right?
Let's hope.
I could feel eyes watching me as I walked through that crowd. Like they hated me. Like I was Donald Trump. It makes me feel like there's a lot more of them than there is of me. And it makes me feel like they're gonna win. And I'm not okay with that. I don't want to see this country go down anymore, you know?
It should almost be like a rule that you can't have two terms of the same party.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can't. You need one party to like fix what the other one just did.
Happy Election Day. Who's ready to party? Days to election, I can update this. I'm gonna change this to days to baby. How is it going?
I am working on the next day cartoon at the moment.
Oh, nice.
I'm still making a bold assumption
Yeah.
of how this will go.
I
but
think you're safe.
this is the the ink drawing, and then
Very nice.
color it in on the computer. Political cartooning is it's called the jugular art for a good reason. It's almost always negative. So for once, I'm actually being kind of got a positive message here.
Yeah.
Which may turn out not to be true.
We'll see.
But yeah, it just.
Can
in
you just
order to-
alter it like somebody like pushing her back through the ceiling or something later?
That would be good. Yeah. I thought I'll get this one out of the way and then see what happens. So.
now.
The media is so in the tank for Hillary. You know, the media is I mean, come on. 99% of the media is in the tank for him, and they turned him into something that I don't think he really is. I don't really think he is.
Well, they don't put words in his mouth, Mark.
Yeah, but what is he talking about? He's talking, I mean, who cares about that? Okay. You ever listen to the lyrics in hip hop? I got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one.
I don't want that person to be my president.
Look, I'm not saying he's an angel in every way. He apologized for it himself.
Mm-hmm. But so far,
he's not an angel either.
Okay.
And I think he's right about when you're a celebrity, you can do whatever you want. If I was a celebrity, people would be all outside here, all hanging out. Oh, we got to go get Mark. We got to go see him. But since I'm a nobody nothing barber here in Kingston, nobody gives a horse's ass.
Who do you think would do more harm if they were in office?
I don't think any of them would do any harm. I haven't seen any harm done yet, except for out of my pocketbook. Now I get fined if I don't have health care. That's, if you want to call that harm.
You did 30 years and, you know, you getting out and you still working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest with you. And before I go, you know what the first question asked me? What you think about the way blacks is being killed by these police? And I looked at them, I said, listen, it's always a tragedy to me, no matter who lose their life. I said, but I don't want to judge because I know what it feels like to be judged. I said, and I always believe you should wait until everything comes to a conclusion.
Exactly.
Politicians already know they got the southern states wrapped up. Sometimes you need to clean house.
The Constitution said we the people
Mm.
of the United States.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people forget that.
They do forget.
We done put so many people in high powers and high positions
Man.
and made them our gods.
Mhm.
We forget about, you know, that we really the government.
Do you think anyone here votes?
No, not that I know of. I don't think so. They say, you know, your vote make a difference, but to me, I don't think so. People say we're homeless, but to me, I'm not homeless. I may be houseless, but not homeless, you know. Maybe in Hawaii, Hawaii is home wherever you're at. Spent the last 20 years of my life behind prison. It's great to be home, though. Just trying to adapt to the fast life out here.
Our visitors, they may enjoy their day with us. We say these things in Jesus Christ's name.
Amen. She used to ride her bike past every day, smile at me. Once in a while, she would stop, say hello. And then one day she came, she stayed with me one night. And she never left. And that's how we met. Huh? I'm glad I met her, though.
Really?
Yeah. She's a blessing to me. Getting into the Word again, singing, playing the gospel music on the ukulele. I love her so much. I love you, honey.
I love you too.
If only the politicians could see all of this.
what America's all about right here. Cruising around with your little guy and your dog.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you that we're able to be together and place West that we'll be safe today.
I love Facebook Live. Politics is everything.
Can I ask who you supported?
I voted for Hillary.
Good evening. I'm Dave Heller, along with WHYY senior reporter Dave Davies. Thanks for listening to WHYY for election analysis.
Hillary Clinton has led in the polls coming into the election, and
the Clinton field operation, which seemed big and huge and sprawling and aggressive, really, really was.
people are inspired and committed to voting in this election. But Trump's folks are out there, and you know, I mean, he has defied expectations for the past year, so I think there's a lot of drama yet to play out.
Our most kind, gracious Heavenly Father, once again, we call upon your precious name, thanking you for the blessings of life. Thank you for each and every blessing you give our family, Lord. I pray that the election turns out the way that's best for our country, Lord. Be with each and every one. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
It kind of sucks when somebody's telling you that they're gonna shut down like your biggest resource, and that like coal employs a lot of our state, and it's scary when somebody with that much power says that they're gonna like shut us down.
Like, there is clean coal, and Hillary doesn't understand that. Like, she just wants to shut it all, completely wipe it all out.
All because she doesn't like us.
All because she doesn't. I don't know if it's because she doesn't like us as a state, or if it's just.
I think that Donald Trump will help West Virginia in terms of on the business end, I think. I think he will slowly bring it back.
I feel like he would help us find a safer alternative rather than just like leave us without jobs.
Board by Banda give me help, please. I don't bring my glasses. I forgot suddenly. Palla Braka, Sare Jamie Param, Sare Khane Par. Yeah, I forgot my glasses. Suddenly I got.
Government साड़ी help करे.
वो तो वैसे भी वो तो क्लिंटन के वैसे सदारण से तो आओ देखो अच्छा तो वार करके इंडिया बॉम्बे तक कराने जानी है.
Low class ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਟੈਕਸ ਵਾਪਸ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਅਮੀਰ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਟੈਕਸ
ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਨੇ ਕੁਛ ਰੱਖੇ ਪ੍ਰਪੋਜ਼ਲ ਹਿਲਰੀ ਰੱਖੇ
ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿਚਾਲੇ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਲਾਈਫ ਬੜੀ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਹੈ, ਹਾਰਡ ਹੈ. ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਆਏ, ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਆਏ, ਏਸ਼ੀਆ ਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਤਲਬ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਸਕਾਰ ਵੀ ਦੇਣੇ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬੱਚੇ ਗਲਤ ਰਸਤੇ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ.
When I was in the bathroom at school today, I opened the door. Someone was standing there, and I flushed the toilet, and I pretend I had a gun in my hand.
Mason, don't do that.
Why?
Cause
He laughed.
yeah, but that's not funny.
It was funny to me.
Well, it's not. Don't do it again. It's how you get yourself in a lot of trouble.
Not funny to me.
Mason, when I was your age, we used to play soldiers in the woods.
What?
We used to play like we were soldiers in the woods. And we'd run around and shoot each other and have fun. Yep. Now you get in trouble for that nowadays.
There was a point in my life where I was so ashamed of myself, I didn't even tell my family what I was going through. I couldn't even bring myself to. You know, I was married, I lost my marriage, I lost my job, I lost my house. And so I lived in my car, basically. I didn't have the face to tell my family. It's hard to explain to someone what it takes to say, I'm willing to give my life for something that isn't really tangible. It's one thing to say, someone's got a gun pointed at my mother, and I'm gonna jump in front of it and take that bullet, because that's my mom. I can grab her, I can feel her, I can hold her. But when you talk about liberty, can you grab that? Can you feel that? Can you hold it? No. It's an idea. What does it take for you to be willing to give your life for some idea?
¿Cómo se sienten de ese momento ahorita?
Con mucho miedo y tristeza.
¿Y por qué miedo?
Porque mi esposo todavía no ha podido aceptar su aplicación de inmigración. Entonces, pensamos que depende de nuestra familia, el porvenir, para las elecciones que van a pasar hoy en la noche. Ya hemos hablado con nuestros hijos y hemos platicado un poco de que, pues, de lo que pase hoy. Vamos a tener que tomar una decisión si haya posibilidades de que nos tengamos que separar,
Porque sabemos bien que cierto candidato, cierta persona, sabemos que, pues en mi caso, que no nos quieren que estemos aquí. Entonces, bien o mal, sabemos que si esta persona gana, sabemos que bien o mal va a haber una rotura, una separación. Entonces, bien o mal, eso está dividiendo a la familia.
¿Y cuánto tiempo lleva usted aquí?
Yo aquí ya desde el 99, más o menos.
17 años
17, ajá, entonces bastante tiempo para no decir, pues he sido una persona que me ha mantenido mi récord limpio, todo eso, entonces yo digo que merezco una oportunidad de estar bien como todas las personas.
Exactamente.
Yeah.
I think this has been predetermined for at least 4 years, if not longer. Of course you want to run against Trump if you're the Democrats. He's insane. He's insane, and he's a racist, and a misogynist, and a bigot. How many voting blocks are out there? There's only one voting block that can elect him. That's white guys who want to keep white power. The numbers just don't add up. She'll win in a landslide by a wider margin than Barack Obama could make easily.
This is how I feel right now.
Hey, Denise.
Hey, Dad.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great, thank you. There's a feeling I have that there's just a general sense of decency in this country.
Oh, Dad.
Did you believe that, Denise? There's a general sense of decency in the majority of people. There's 40 to 50 million people that are diehard Trumpsters, but that's only 40 to 50 million people out
Come
of
on.
120 that are going to vote.
Oh my God, you're so optimistic. It's ridiculous, Dad.
Well, that's why I can't help it. It's in my DNA, I guess. I just don't believe that there's enough people in this country that are willing to just say goodbye to all the things that we're about as a people, to let this guy get into the office. We'll find out in a couple of hours. What do you think?
I think Donald Trump is the president that our country deserves, sadly. And I'm afraid that, the misogyny is deep, and yeah, he's going to end up being our president. I don't know.
Really? Why do you think he's the president that our country deserves?
Because I don't agree with you. I think we are a bunch of racist, misogynistic, just kind of divided, hateful people.
Well, it all depends on when you say we. You're smart enough to know that we is we talk about 200 million people. That's a pretty big statement.
No, I know, but we have blood on our hands because we are all Americans. you know.
Well, you didn't have blood on your hands, do you?
Not currently at the moment, but symbolically.
How so?
Because we all live in this country, we're all Americans.
But how do you, Denise Orzo, a good person, a person who has moral fiber, how do you have blood on your hands? Frank Orzo, your father doesn't believe he has blood on his hands.
I know you don't.
I think you're much too smart to just make a sweeping generalization and say the country is this and the country is that and there's blood on the hands and this is what our country deserves. Going right back to the revolution, democracy, with all its warts, is a boiling cauldron of push and pull, struggle, and pain and gain. And that's what it is in a democracy. You can't get three people who agree I'm going to go to dinner unless 300 million people agree on what they believe in. So it's never going to be, it's so funny, he says, make America great again. It is great right now.
It's hard to trust people who have oppressed you for no reason other than the color of your skin. And when black people vote, there's this stigma that they shouldn't have been allowed to vote, went out the way to do everything they can to make sure you couldn't vote. And I really believe that white folks do things simply because they have the power and no one can stop them. White folks live for today, they don't live for tomorrow. And so black people looks at them and they ask themselves perhaps every day, how can someone be the way y'all are?
This election has been so intensely fought. And you know, for Democrats, I mean, a big turnout in Philadelphia is critical. And so the question was, would we see enthusiasm? My sense going around today was that there was plenty of it. And I talked to enough people in enough polling places to get me to believe it. My sense is big Philly turnout. And once again, I think Pennsylvania is going to be a sucker's bet for the Republicans. All right. So. I think 6 o'clock is set. I'm going to call the Republicans one more time.
All right.
Albert, it's Dave Davies. Hey man, good. I just wanted to check in. I know it's probably crazy busy, but how much of this stuff was resolved? How much of it's better or worse than what you revealed earlier? So it kind of sounds like, you know, some problems, not massive, sprawling, election freezing kinds of things. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Albert. Got my number for needing to know anything. Okay, so long. Bye.
Have my tie pre-made. I'm a single man. Yeah. I challenge myself and my PTSD. I force myself into these type of situations where, you know, I'm forced to be active and social. Before I joined the Army, that's pretty much how I was. And afterwards, not so much so it's kind of trying to get back to my, who I was before the war.
I just voted for her. Oh, it felt so good.
Okay. Okay. I love you with all my heart. Okay, bye.
I voted for him, but honestly, I'm kind of afraid what will happen if he gets in office too, because of his mouth. I don't think, honestly, the outcome is going to be good regardless. I think it's going to take more than 4 years to make America great again. So you can take that hat off now.
I'm not taking this hat off ever. I'm gonna wear this thing till we got a new president.
Until it goes missing in the laundry?
No, I better not. If she does get elected, I guess a good way of looking at it is we know not a whole lot is gonna change. It's basically gonna stay the same. We'll probably just in the long run get higher taxes.
They're already calling it for Hillary. I mean, I think we kind of knew, yeah.
Did you see my post about the lady saying that if Evan wins, it's all the Mormons' fault and the missionaries will be targeted? It actually broke my heart. I'm like, if Hillary wins, it's because people voted for Hillary. It has nothing to do with the Mormons.
Exactly. We have a great event put on by college Democrats, college Republicans, Ohio Together, and undergraduate student government.
If everyone could just be really respectful of one another and just, you know, that's why we're all here together. That's why we're all here together and not separately. And we really want to make sure that we're all kind of just like having a blast. If you're 21 or of age, please go drink.
Millennials are not apathetic. We are involved. We're loud and proud. Speak your voice, and let's watch the election results roll in. So thank you guys so much. Have a great time.
That was awesome, dude. Honestly, she's winning. There's nothing, to be completely honest, I like haven't even thought about the alternative. Yeah, she's winning, that's it.
If she wins, and I did vote for her, the impact in our community may still remain the same. I mean, no matter who we had as president, African Americans, we're still the lowest man on the totem pole. There are billions of dollars that are set aside for poor black people to come to poor black communities, but the resources are not reaching us because we have gatekeepers that are sitting there diverting the resources in the other direction. And I'm not saying this simply because I'm guessing. I'm saying this because I've made myself a component to the process. And I watched this happen. We were sitting in rooms with political leaders that literally had to confess to us how they sold us out. One person in particular, he was in tears with the decisions he made against his own people. Just for $1. And it's not so much predicated on Hillary not keeping her word on what she said she'll do, because she hasn't said she'll do a lot for our community regardless. I mean, I haven't heard anything that severely impressed me, especially when it comes to this unjust justice system that we have. I haven't heard a lot about it. But holding Hillary accountable is one thing. We need to hold them accountable.
You can't overestimate the ignorance of the American electorate. You can't. You can't do that. They are fucking stupid. And that's by design. Industrial society is a dead end. We're killing ourselves, and there's no turning back. I'm not ready to do it, but at some point I'm going to do it. I think the best thing that a human being can do for the planet is commit suicide.
Wait,
I really believe that.
There are kids in the house.
And the crowd went wild.
Jesus, fools.
Because everything we do degrades the planet. The fact that you drove here.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that...
And I came from Berkshire, I went to Barrie and then drove.
Yeah.
And then we're going to drive back.
And I do the same thing. Everything I do degrades the planet.
That was, like, we're going to have to be together on this committee.
The polls are closed. So does anybody have any suggestions on how to do this stuff?
Indiana and Kentucky went to Trump. Vermont got Hillary Clinton. So it's going exactly the way it's supposed to go right now.
And CNN projects Donald Trump is the winner in
Yay!
with 5 electoral votes. Trump gets another state, West Virginia.
68% ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੋਟਾਂ ਪੈ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ
ਕੰਟਕੀ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਵਾ ਕੰਟਕੀ
ਹੁਣ 60 ਰੁਪਏ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ
ਕੰਟਕੀ ਦਾ ਆ ਕੰਟਕੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੋਰੇ ਆ
ਹਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੋਰੇ ਆ ਜਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਗੋਰੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਰਿਪਬਲਿਕ
ਹਾਂ ਜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਦੀ ਵਾਈਫ ਆ ਗੋਰੀ ਆ ਉਹਨੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਪੱਕੀ ਉਹਦੀ ਵੋਟ ਉਹਦੀ
I can't wait. Oh man, I hope he wins so bad.
I hope he wins so bad too.
I hope he wins, and then I just can't wait to see her reaction.
Look at my bugger.
Crushed her in Kentucky.
Yeah, he did. Look at how close South Carolina is. Tommy's kicking the dog.
Boots. So with 12% of the precincts reporting, it's saying right now Brock is 52%, Zuckerman's 46%, and you're 2%. Woo! And you have 787 votes.
Holy
currently.
shit! Victory! Call them. See if they're going to concede.
Florida, North Carolina, Ohio, and then peel away some more blue states if he has any hope of winning the White House. There are some jitters inside the Trump campaign.
What we're checking here is saying that Pennsylvania, they think, is going to be out of touch for him, which is a great thing, which we've always expected. But now he has issues with New Hampshire and North Carolina, so in Florida. So this could be a romp. You know, I know it's dark right now, but she could be in the 320 electoral college.
So in the state of North Carolina, right now, the combined votes for Republicans were 140,000 votes better.
Well, let's find out what Ed Rendell has to say, former governor of Pennsylvania, joining us on Radio Times. Governor, nice to have you back with us on Radio Times. So are you worried about what happens after Election Day?
No, I'm worried about what happens today.
What are you worried about?
Who's going to win?
What are you concerned? Are you concerned about voter turnout or irregularities?
Voter turnout has been great in the city, but in the Trump part of the state, the turnout has been also good, breaking 2012 figures. So it's too early to say who's going to win. I see some exit polls that have Hillary Clinton up, but I won't believe them until the votes start coming in. I'm just not sure she's going to be president-elect.
I hear you. Governor Rendell, thanks for joining us today on Radio Times.
Thanks, Mari. Thanks, Dave.
It was interesting to hear how nervous Ed Rendell was. That last thing he said, I'm not sure she's going to be the president-elect. Wow. I mean, you know, he's a pro. I don't know.
You okay? Nervous right now.
Well, it's probably not going to be president, right?
Right. I mean, we've been working on several. The Trump wins one is more direct. It's Trump wins. It feels like it would be such news that it's larger and just says Trump wins. If Hillary wins, it'll be Madam President. So we've tried both of those, and then of course we have a president undecided, and you know no one ever likes to talk about that. But 4 years, 8 years, 50 years. People are going to look at this one more than they do some of the other things that we do. And so that's playing in your mind some, that you want to make sure that you got it right, because it's going to be judged more harshly than almost anything else that we do.
Yeah, that's so true.
अमेरिका को सोचता हूँ तो मैं कहता हूँ ये कंट्री अच्छा है, मैं इसको बुरा नहीं बोलूँगा कि जिस कलम में खाते हो कभी उसका हराम नहीं करना चाहिए। और यहाँ पर रहते हुए हम काम करते हुए हमारे पीछे जो इतनी बड़ी फैमिली हम उसको सपोर्ट करते हैं और सिर्फ यहाँ पर रहने से करते हैं, छोटा से छोटा काम भी आप करो, आप भूखे नहीं कभी मर सकते हैं। और ये आपके टेक केयर भी करती है, आपकी इनकम कम है तो आपको टैक्स में पैसे भी बाद में देती है, ये आपकी लो इनकम है, ऐसे भी है। इस कंट्री को बुरा नहीं हम बोल सकते, जहाँ हम रहते हैं इस कंट्री में कमा के हम खाना खाते हैं, पीछे अपने फैमिली की टेक केयर करते हैं। तो आई प्रे अमेरिका लिव लॉन्ग एंड प्रॉस्पर। More in New York City. Because we're living here. Okay, sir. Everybody have a good night. I'm going to sleep.
Have a nice dream.
Okay, sir. Good night.
Yeah, this is over. I'm telling you, she's going to win Ohio. Okay, this is over. Book it.
On WHYY. Good evening, Dave. Exhale, what a long and strange campaign season this has been.
Oh, my heavens. You know, you can just feel the tension everywhere. It's hard not to be concerned about the level of bitterness. And we're all going to know in the next few hours, very likely, how this comes out. So there's some real drama here tonight.
Here we go again in Florida.
Florida got 77% in. So if she win Florida, according to these experts, then it's over with. So I still got my high voltage sticker on my forehead. I do. I ain't gonna take it off till I see who won the president.
Oh, we're up! We're flying! Let the fly out!
Oh, Florida's too close to Kyle. This man is doing way better than I thought he would.
It says, Florida going down to the wire as Donald Trump takes early lead over Hillary Clinton and the world holds its breath.
Wait, is that the map at the bottom, the actual map?
They've been updated.
The white?
The Democrats were losing half of union households. You know, we've been talking because we've all been trusting them.
For some reason, some people are like still like laughing, and I just can't believe this is close. I just can't believe it's this close.
He's up in Florida by just under 2% of the vote. There's a little, I guess you could say a little bit of fear right now that because it's taking so long to call the state, that there may be some funny business going on.
Trump's ahead.
Donald Trump?
Wait, Donald Trump is running? Oh, heck no.
Look what he got up his sleeve.
We got too much time in his hand. He's mean. He has no compassion. I hope he doesn't win. I pray he doesn't win.
Just changed 15 electoral votes at stake in North Carolina. In Ohio, a quarter of the vote is...
You see, Mom, if you'd have went out and voted today, maybe he'd be winning.
Again, the big population...
Isn't that right?
That's right. Is that how you do it?
Do you still think it's still up in the air, Christina?
No, I still think she's going to win. It's just a matter of like, how soon does that happen?
She's crushing it in Pennsylvania and Michigan.
No, she's not. Joe, crushing?
Yeah, look, 57 to 39.
He is still ahead, though.
With 19% of the votes in. You got to look at this part, you guys.
To a presidential race that looks to be a lot closer than a lot of people thought. The NASDAQ futures down.
Okay. So...
Sorry.
¿La cebolla?
La cebolla.
¿De qué estuvo hablando ahorita que le hizo llorar?
Carol, porque me dijo que el Donald Trump va ganando. Aunque todavía falta rato, pero no más de pensar. Es que no la puedo creer. Pero tengo fe, todavía falta mucho. Pero nomás el hecho de pensar que cómo nos puede afectar a nosotros, nuestra familia, si el Trump gana. No lo puedo imaginar.
I mean, yo como siendo dreamer también, a mí me preocupo.
Ajá.
Tengo aquí ya 26 años, so yo no me quiero ir para atrás. Pero por eso tenemos la fe, ¿verdad?
Tenemos la fe, es lo que nos queda, es lo que nos queda. Y todos los dreamers que apuntamos, todos los dreamers que fueron, metimos solicitudes, que están estudiando ahorita, que están trabajando.
Toda la gente que está en
Y,
espera.
y la gente que se espera. Y que después, si todo se regresa para atrás y aprovechan de esa información en organizaciones como nosotros, ¿qué cara les vas a dar? ¿Qué les vas a decir? O sea, nosotros estamos luchando para nosotros, para otros, para nuestras organizaciones, para la iglesia, para nuestros amigos. ¿Y qué les vas a decir? O sea, ¿qué vamos a hacer si nosotros también a nosotros también nos van a sacar? Que es una tristeza, es como si no cuenta nuestro trabajo, no cuentan nuestras vidas.
Pues vamos a ver qué pasa. Ánimo. Aquí estamos, ya sabe. Ni modo que nos saquen a todos.
The demographics are switching. Who used to be our enemies are now our friends. If the rest of the nation is like us, he's one.
I might have to go from iced tea to straight vodka in a minute. It ain't funny.
Three scenarios that we're planning for.
Yeah.
One is that Trump wins. Of course, we're set up for her to win, but we're preparing for what we would do if it turns out that he wins. And then another scenario is we don't know by deadline.
Right.
It's too close. So we got those three scenarios. Noah is writing a story that's right now kind of an analysis of why he did so much better than expected in a lot of
And
places.
where.
And where, and then that would become if he wins or if it's indeterminate.
And I mean, even if it's too close to call and she ends up winning
Noah's
tomorrow.
piece is still good. Yeah.
Well, no, and the women's history piece
Yeah.
will still be good
Yeah.
too. So.
I don't know of one poll that suggested that Donald Trump was going to have this kind of night that he seems to be on track to having. And in fact,
I love these guys. This kind of night, it's 9:39.
Joe, earlier you said it's going to be a landslide.
I did.
It's going to be announced at 9:30.
I did.
Just as a reminder.
I still think it's going to be a landslide.
I honestly never thought that Trump could win. I thought either Hillary would win by a landslide or maybe Evan could block them both. But honestly, yikes. What do I say to my friends? Wow, you see much more in Hillary than I do. Do you prefer Hillary? Do I? No, I'm now trying to decide if I do. Maybe I do because I'm not so scared of her as I am of him. You know what to expect. I think so.
He seems like a loose cannon.
Right?
Yeah, no, he does scare me.
I'm a firm believer in treat people the way you want to be treated. And I think he needs to have more respect, but
I think he's like in over his head just a little bit. Like he's being way, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
I think she has to literally win like every state left.
Taking it serious. Why are you taking it seriously?
What else am I gonna do for half an hour like a thing?
I feel like I can't even taste my food. I'm just eating so I don't faint.
David, it looks like maybe we should be planning for the too close to call scenario or the Trump wins. What do you think?
It looks like the deciding states are going to be Michigan and Wisconsin. I don't think it's going to be too close to call. I think we're going to know one way or the other. Right now, Trump's ahead in both of those states, but not by a huge lot. But if you were placing bets, you'd probably bet on Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He has an easier path at this point than she does.
In New Hampshire, he's up by 3,000 votes. In North Carolina, he's up by 100,000 votes. In Ohio, he's up by 400,000 votes.
There's a real fear among Latinos in this country right now because it appears to them that Donald Trump is going to win, or that there be ICE squads walking around the neighborhoods looking.
That's right. So it is the close race that, frankly, a lot of people did not expect in this state. There was an Allentown Morning Call poll recently that showed Hillary Clinton with about a 6-point edge. So something has happened here. It looks to me as if Hillary has performed well in the suburban communities that I've looked at. They must have been an enormous turnout in other parts of the state. You know, people were talking about Trump bringing other voters into the process. Maybe he did. Maybe that's why this is as close as it is.
I think there was a lot of closet Trumpers.
Closet Trumpers?
Yeah.
Well, I certainly wasn't a closet Trumper.
Yeah, that's for sure. You still got a stupid hat on too.
Yes, I do.
I'm calling the Hillary camp right now, right in New York. No answer, as you can imagine.
He thought he was still on at this point, and I asked him, what would the model of a Trump presidential campaign be? This is 2015. He said, well, I think it would be meeting around
the national vote coming in right now as Donald Trump is pulled ahead. I mean, the national vote right there, so 48 to 47%.
The Hillary Clinton campaign at the end was entirely a negative campaign. Donald Trump was trying to...
I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I don't even know how I'm supposed to like focus on anything. I'm just like really scared.
God, if we feel abandoned by the rest of our country, if we feel abandoned by our neighbors, I pray that you would remind us that you are forever walking with us and that we are never abandoned by you, that we are never alone. May we know that someday your peace and your justice will be what we experience in each moment. Amen.
Let's have some music.
She's going to win Pennsylvania, which is going to be the fireball. Yeah, as long as she wins Pennsylvania and one of the Rust Belt states.
She was the fucking Secretary of State. He's like a reality TV show huckster, shyster.
As the results are coming in and the results are positive, it's kind of surreal. It's like, wow, we really are doing this.
CNN is talking like he's won.
Yeah, they sure are.
I really can't believe this is happening. I'm just shocked. I am just shocked. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Do you guys know who won or who's winning? Or?
Trump?
He won?
No, he's close to winning.
When will it be over? Tonight?
Couple, like within the hour is my guess.
Oh, yeah? Wow. Donald Trump, all I know is he's a rich, I don't know what he do or all I know is he's rich. That's all I know. If he wins, I don't know. Yeah.
Global markets are roiling quite a bit. We have Raman Sana, I believe, on the line from CNBC, with Dow futures trading down about 500 points. Ron, can you give me the...
I'm not shocked. See,
how global markets are moving?
what Trump did was said things that people in America wanted to say, but they don't have the nuts and the bowel or the guts to say. Now, all night, we've been watching this election. And all night, he's been saying white folks and coming out to vote, record numbers, in the rural area. And why do they come out? Because he spoke their language.
And they came out tonight, and particularly in rural areas of this country, and said, okay, we want somebody who's different.
Rural areas. You notice how they're using that? Uneducated voters, rural areas. Bye.
With 27% of the vote in, I've gotten over 2,000 votes, 2%. Hope everything's going reasonably well with your mom, and I'm sure we'll have lots to talk about when you get back. And I love you, and I miss you. Bye-bye.
Listen, the only thing fucking worse than me is being black tomorrow.
I'm worried about that right now.
Can't argue that one.
Can't argue that one.
Looks like America is saying change.
God dang. God dang. It ain't over with yet.
It's over. It sounds like it's not, yeah. It's odd.
There's no path back.
The odds are shifting.
If Trump wins,
Yeah.
you know, as much as possible, it kind of, especially since Noah's going to analyze kind of why he did better than a lot of people expected, how is he going to rule?
Fox has called Wisconsin
for
Trump.
I think, seriously, guys, it's staring us right in the face that this is what is going to happen.
Yeah.
I think the faster we pivot to that plan, we save ourselves
Without
time.
Wisconsin, I see no chance for her to win.
If the election continues in the direction that it seems to be headed now, and that Donald Trump will be our next president, the Republican Party can no longer be considered the home for conservatives.
Oh, he took a lead in Pennsylvania? That's interesting.
AP just called it for Pennsylvania.
The president?
Well,
That's done.
do that. Right?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
So that is it. Trump is the president, right? Wow. There's anger out there in the hinterlands.
Hillary Clinton did well there. She was there just the other day. She was there twice.
Not over with yet. Let's see what happens in the votes.
What a strange country.
Over there, Jim Acosta, you're only
I'm-
a mile and a half away from the Javits Center. You're at the New York Hilton Hotel. There's the ballroom behind you.
I'm so surprised.
Hating herself right now.
The chair of Hillary for America, John Podesta.
Thank you. Well, folks, we've been here a long time, and it's been a long night, and it's been a long campaign. But I would say we can wait a little longer. Can't wait. We're still counting votes, and every vote should count. Several states are too close to call, so we're not going to have anything more to say tonight. So listen to me. Everybody should head home. We should get some sleep. We'll have more to say tomorrow. Let's get those votes counted and let's bring this home. Thank you so much.
not the night she was expecting.
Or anybody. Even the Trump campaign did not expect this.
Podesta just said that she was not going, the campaign was not going to say anything.
Yep.
So there's no concession tonight.
We got like 18 minutes.
18 minutes.
People have talked about a miracle. I'm hearing about a nightmare. It's hard to be a parent tonight for a lot of us. You tell your kids, don't be a bully. You tell your kids, don't be a bigot. You tell your kids, do your homework.
Oh my gosh.
Be prepared. And then you have this outcome, and you have people putting children to bed tonight, and they're afraid of breakfast. They're afraid of, how do I explain this to my children? I have Muslim friends who are texting me tonight saying, should I leave the country? I have families of immigrants that are terrified tonight. This was many things. This was a rebellion against the elites. True, it was a complete reinvention of...
If they are terrified enough that they have to ask the question, should I leave this country, then they should not be in this country. If they even have to ask the question.
Exactly. This was a white lash. This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president in part.
Right there, and always have to play the race card.
And Donald Trump has a responsibility tonight.
It has
You know,
nothing to
you
do
don't
with the
want
race
to
card.
teach. Of course, you don't want to teach your kids to be bullied or to be
A bigot or
whatever.
racist or
But do you
whatever.
want to teach your kids to be a criminal?
And that's the part where the pain comes.
This works out in the end, the fact that it is so tight right now,
It'll be
a lot of
all right.
finger pointing back at the FBI
It'll be good.
For the October surprise, saying that the investigation was sort of kind of reopened in the email situation, and then closing it back up.
It's mind-boggling, the things that could change almost overnight. I mean, what you know, a Republican Congress can do, that they do agree with Donald Trump. I mean, first and foremost, you know, what's going to happen in the Middle East. Secondly, Obamacare is just, I mean, that's...
Immigration.
Clinton concedes.
Print the paper, as they say, Michael. Print the paper.
You, the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
Wow.
Wow.
President of the United States.
We can now project the winner of the presidential race. CNN projects Donald wins the president.
Really?
Really? Not now. Wow. We broke it.
Kylie said we broke it.
I flipped Gerard. It was going to be Martina at night, and I flipped Gerard to make Gerard pay. Gerard is going to book. Martina's going to book in London.
I have to create whatever an election extra edition is tomorrow.
You saw Donald Trump? This next generation that's coming is going to change the world. Right now, we're having an intellectual revolution. We're in the middle of it, we can't see it, but it's happening all around us.
I've done stuff and woke up the next morning and said, man, what have I done? I don't know when, I don't know how long it's gonna be, but the American people gonna wake up and say, what have we done?
Like, you have to keep impartial. Like, I didn't vote for him, but it's a great story. It's like tomorrow will be tomorrow, and we just came up with a list of like what next and all these different angles to explore. Are there protests?
Fuck Donald Trump! Fuck Donald Trump! Go report what's happening in Standing Rock!
Fuck the media! Get them out of here!
Your safety is our priority. Stay on the right side, please. Thank you, Angelinos.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Misogyny has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Misogyny has got to go!
One party's gonna be let down, but you're still gonna get up and go to work tomorrow. Like, you're just gonna get up and live your life.
I am. But it's gotta
Just
be
hope
much
for the
better
best.
now. That I know somebody's at the helm of this country that loves our people and loves our country, is not gonna import tens of thousands of Muslim people that hate our country. I don't have anything against Muslim people. You know, Muhammad Ali was a Muslim. I can't think of any offhand that were, but there was a bunch of people that are good people. I know they were. And the border in Mexico, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's gonna get worse before it gets better, though.
Maybe. But it's gonna get better.
And we're hearing this chant who wants Florida, Florida, Florida. Now they're saying President Trump, and there is massive.
I just didn't think it was possible that we were that angry of a country. So I was wrong.
Bradford.
So it's totally wrong.
Are you angry or hurt?
It's more of like, is there anything that I could have done better? Like, what didn't I do? What didn't I, like, you know, that. Actually, sorry, no, I'm not gonna, like, cry. No, actually, I'm totally fine. I do think it's, like, maybe there is no chance that anything I could have done would have made I don't know, Alma. I don't know.
When this whole thing started, like, it was kind of like a joke to me. Like, is this real? And it's real, you know? We've been told a lot of times, and we've been fooled that racism doesn't exist. And today it shows perfectly how that is very well alive and that it still exists. Just because we're not seeing people in the street wearing white hoods over their heads or burning crosses or segregation is no longer legal or lynching, it doesn't mean that the mentality and the idea also left with the laws that came. It's real. But you know what? Even though things are not looking the way we wanted them to look, we still have a lot of fight in us. And what is proof of that? Look at the propositions that we were talking to people about. And that's where I see power, right there. So that's what I want to tell you guys, that there's hope. When we put our mind into it, we can't get, excuse my French, but we can get shit done. I'm proud of the work that we did with these propositions. And even though the people in power may not be who we want to be in power or whatever it is, never forget that the power of the people is stronger than the people in power. And let's keep that in mind.
How much does the presidential election matter for you?
Don't matter nothing to me. I remember one year, you know, I wanted to vote, and I didn't know if you're a felon, you cannot vote. And I was told I cannot vote because I'm a felon, you know, and it kind of made me mad, kind of hurt my feelings. Nobody listens to us, you know.
Well, let's go to work.
My friend, have you heard that he loves you and that he'll abide to the end?
Yep. Well, I'm gonna put this in my book right here. And let's see. November. And it's going on November the 8th.